Music to your ears for a good night's sleep. With 50% of America suffering from insomnia and trying everything from warm milk to melatonin to taking sleeping pills to get that shut-eye. And researchers have found that musical tones to balance the right and the left brain activity can actually reset the brain and induce insomnia. So tell us about brain optimization and how that works.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's a form really of neurofeedback, and one form is EEG neurofeedback, but there are other ways that that could be addressed as well. And this particular study was published in October of 2012 in Brain and Behavior, a journal that looks at things like this. And basically what they found is that when the synchronization of the two sides of the brain, which really work as separate processors, are not working back and forth in a balanced sort of way, one side may have a lot more activity than the other, we often can't sleep. So what we do using this brainwave optimization is use sound waves to try and induce a balance that can result and make us sleep easier.
So the musical tones and the electrical activity of the brain together brings balance to the two hemispheres
It's
of
almost
the brain.
like you have to, it's like magic. I don't think we really know exactly what happens there.
So it sort of auto-calibrates
It's exactly what it
to
does.
improve the symptoms.
That's the perfect word to use. You know, the business of neurofeedback is really an exciting field of medicine because people who have had brain trauma from accidents or strokes or whatever frequently have problems with unbalanced brain waves in the two sides. And when they do, their brain doesn't think right. It stays in a revved up state. And if you go ahead and do something to rebalance them, it's like pushing the button, the reset button on your computer when it freezes. All of a sudden it starts over again, and then it comes back in a way that self-corrects, as you were saying, it self-calibrates.
Well, it sounds nice to go to sleep with relaxing music anyway.
That's one way to do it, or you could do it in the form of treatments. Generally, 15 or 20 treatments are required using this technology with the people that I've been exposed, that I've worked with. But in this particular study, they looked at 20 people, gave them about 8 to 12 sessions for 60 to 90 minutes. And they used a musical tone based on the electroencephalogram frequencies, and then they played them back through earphones so people could listen to them. And then the brain did its thing by auto-calibrating and put us in a state of relaxation. So it's a pretty nifty thing. It kind of reminds me of the previous study we talked about the soundtrack of the brain. You know, a week or two ago, we presented a study from China that looked at how they could translate the electroencephalogram into music based on the intensity and the duration of each wave, and coordinate that with a functional MRI. And what they came out with using a piano was sounds that were very interesting.
So you can listen to the music of your own brain.
Yeah, you can go back to drsaputo.com and you can put in brainwave optimization, or you can put in the whole business of this soundtrack of the mind, and up will come this music you'll be able to hear and see what it's like.
You know what I was thinking about this brain optimization is that when a person is stressed, it causes an imbalance of the brain,
Yes,
both sides of the brain.
Right.
And a lot of times people can't sleep because they're stressed.
That's right.
So maybe that's one of the ways that it helps to
Oh, for sure.
reduce insomnia.
I think that's right. It does a whole lot to just reset the brain and lets it auto-calibrate. So I think when we're looking for solutions for insomnia, there are many ways to go. Of course, you know, if you have something like sleep apnea, that needs to be worked on in a sleep lab. If you have pain, that should be dealt with. And there are many other kinds of reasons why we have insomnia, like stress and anxiety and depression. But if you can't sleep and you don't want to take a drug or go through a long process, this is something to be considering. So brainwave optimization, one more tool in the bag of what we can do to treat insomnia.